So a couple of weeks ago, if you read in JOC, Eric Johnson was writing an article about freight audit. And so he defined what's called a two-way match. So a two-way match is when you look at an invoice, you look at the rates and you compare that with your contract. Contract change a couple times a year, so you just look at the rates, and it's a very static way to audit, but that's already being able to bring people 20% of their freight spend back. So it's a good start, and it's better than nothing. But then he talks about what a three-way match is. So a three-way match is when you start adding shipment-specific data to audit your invoices. So for example, where was the container picked up and when? Where was it returned and when? And when you start bringing up shipment-specific data, that's where you have a real consistent audit and know everything compared to your container journey. So at BlueCargo, we actually introduced multi-dimensional match, because the port is the most dynamic environment where you have a lot happening in a small amount of space, with terminal changing their instructions, appointment being available or not. So we can really start unlocking the savings when we audit against what was possible to pick up or return at the port. So that's what BlueCargo does, and that's where we start unlocking 65% of the freight spend, giving visibility and being able to mitigate them. So it's pretty unique. Among all of our customers, we've been able to save close to 200 million in the last years just by auditing and getting deep into those fees. So what fees are we talking about? Detention, demurrage, per diem, driver wait time, congestion fees, all those things that are complete black box. You just receive a bill and you pay for it. The bill comes 3 months after the container was actually returned in the base case scenario, and the bill comes from an intermediary that sends this back from another intermediary in the best scenario too. So that's why we need a solution like BlueCargo. So what is the underlying technology to make that happen? So of course, in the last 5 years, we built all the underlying integrations and connections to know where the container is to start bringing that three-way or multi-dimensional match audit. So BlueCargo is connected to all the port terminals and rail ramps in the US and Canada. And we're able to use that data to not just tell the where is my container, but why is my container there and not there, and why am I paying that fee, and should I actually pay for it? So we show more than 41 data points in what I call that multi-dimensional audit from ocean, terminal, and rail. And what I'm most amazed of, so we have a boost not so far, and when we talk to shippers and they start clicking on like, okay, how can I audit my fees and get that money back? The first question is like, where have you been the last 5 years? Because we needed you. There was COVID. There's always not a pandemic, a next strike, congestion, the Red Sea, the Panama Canal. So we need a solution to both be able to audit what happened in the past, but be set up for any discrepancy that's going to happen in the future, because we never know. If there's one constant in this industry, it's change. So let's be ready for any of it. So we're really able to meet our customers, shippers, trucking companies, freight forwarders, 3PLs, where they are. So of course, we're a software company and we're trying to integrate and do as much automation as possible. But we know that sometimes software takes a gap to onboard. So we're also able to provide any services and manual help to get those processes in place and sorted. Of course, freight audit and validating operational charges was one example that I wanted to highlight today about how to leverage container visibility data, but we can do a lot more. So that's why it's super important to have those connections in place and work with a neutral third party like BlueCargo that helps actors collaborate and partner with each other. So we're really able on one single platform to connect the trucking company with this freight forwarder and with its BCO to collaborate together and understand what's really happened in the deepest granular level, like at the terminal or at the rail ramps, before a fee happened to prevent it, and after a fee happened to audit it and mitigate it. So that's the short story. I hope you learned a bit about how to audit freight spend, demurrage and detention, accessorial charges, and we're at booth 305 on the other room, so next by the puppy park, so you can't miss it. Thank you so much.